Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Once again, like this video because it does help my channel, and make sure you share it to your friends and your loved ones. My name is Obsy. Thank you guys for tuning into this one. This is a very funny one. This is a hilarious one because I don't think I've done anything like this. I mean, by the title of the video, you already know what I'm about to talk about. So I have about 9 points here in this video, and if you guys have or practice at least 4 or 5 of the points I'm going to tell you guys, then you're a fragrance addict. I mean, there's absolutely nothing else that you want to tell me, because the points I have here, some of them are fairly okay, some of them may sound abnormal to people that are not into fragrances. So this is specifically for people that are into fragrances. Let's get right into the video. So the first point I have in this one is speaking for the community of fragrance addicts. We do have an insane amount of fragrances in our collection. As in, when I mean insane, I'm talking about 50 bottles, almost 100 bottles, in fact 100 bottles, 500 bottles. I think Mona Katan, the owner of Kiali Fragrances, I think she has about 1,000. She has a video about all her fragrances, like all the fragrances she has in her collection, and I think it's almost 1,000, if not more actually, as at the time it was about 1,000 something. So you can imagine, I mean, she has a fragrance line, so it's quite understandable. But we don't have fragrance line yet, but we just love fragrances. We have an insane amount of bottles. There's absolutely no one that comes into my apartment and sees my fragrance collection, and the first thing they tell me is, "Obviously, this is not normal. Nah, what's the problem? Like, are you okay?" And they never understand it. Like, they can't seem to understand why I would have this insane amount of bottles and not run through all of them. It's going to be very difficult to run out of a lot of fragrance because I have a lot of them. So if you have a lot of fragrances in your collection, best believe that you're a fragrance addict. At least if you have like 10 bottles, or let me not say 10, let me say 20 bottles, 15-20 bottles, yeah, welcome to the community. And 10 bottles, it means you're already knocking on the door. 10 bottles, you're knocking on the door. It depends on how often you buy fragrances, that is. If you spray fragrances to bed, you guys, it's not abnormal to spray fragrances to bed, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a fragrance lover. It's not abnormal to spray fragrances to bed, but where it is becoming something else is where we are dissecting the notes. Honestly speaking, it means that you are deep into fragrances when you are dissecting the notes, to know the notes that actually help you sleep better, that actually give you, like, it gives you a peaceful, cozy night feel. You enjoy your sleep way better, like notes of lavender, notes of jasmine. They kind of help you feel better. Trust me, you are a fragrance addict. Some of us do not mind spraying expensive fragrances to bed. You can use your fragrance mist, that one is also allowed, which I think is actually normal. I mean, I don't understand how you shower and not even spray something on your body. Like, it's like they go hand in hand. You shower, you come out, you have deodorant on, and you cream yourself, and you spray some fragrance mist or fragrance, anything. When you start spraying your expensive fragrance because you like the way it smells, it's very cozy, it's very sensual, my lover, you are a fragrance addict. Yeah. you are, even if you're not engrossed, you are knocking on the door. Hello, can I come in? Yeah. I don't know if this one is just me, but for me, I find it a bit difficult to get rid of my fragrance boxes. Some of the boxes are actually really nice. You guys, some of the packaging, some of them can come with lights, some of them can come with some very beautiful design. How the hell am I going to get rid of my fragrance box if it's actually part of the packaging? Like, you know when you buy an expensive fragrance and it comes in some very nice box, it's part of the vibe. Why would I now throw it away? Like, tell me why. Even if I decide not to sell it, even if I use it up, why should I throw away my fragrance box? I find it very difficult. But I don't even think that this is a fragrance addiction problem. I feel like it can be a problem because I'm a bit of a hoarder. I think I don't like to even get rid of boxes in general. It might come in handy, or honestly speaking, it's just like buying ice cream and not throwing the container away because you can use it to store soup. So apart from fragrance boxes, I also find it very difficult to get rid of my perfume bottles even when they are empty. Yeah, so for me to justify keeping the fragrance bottles, I leave a little bit I leave just a little bit in the bottles just so I can justify not throwing the bottles away. Sometimes just to remind myself of actually how the fragrance actually smells, because sometimes you might forget. And I know I'm a collector because some fragrances I want to have, not because I like it, but because I want to be able to smell it and talk about it to other people and know what to recommend to other people. Not all fragrances are my cup of tea, but I just like to try them out. And I might actually grow to love these fragrances, to be honest. You never even know. I realize that I have phases. So sometimes if I leave these fragrances in my collection, if I have another phase where I love fruity fragrances and I have one, I haven't thrown it away, I can just remind myself and probably use it up and then buy a new bottle. A couple of my fragrances have like, they reached the bottom this thing, but I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to waste my fragrance. No, that's justifiable. If you're like me, you are definitely a fragrance addict, because why? If you do this one, then confirmed, stamped and sealed, notarized. If you know a fragrance is very expensive and you know that it is a little bit above your budget, to be honest, a little bit above your budget, but you still find a way to buy that fragrance, either you will save or you use your last money that you were supposed to use to buy food, you use it and buy fragrance, my dear, welcome. I embrace you with open arms because you are a fragrance addict. Don't see it as a negative term, or it's just that you love this thing. You love it so much that you can spend your last money on it. Yeah, you're a fragrance addict. So for this one, I mean, like, it goes without saying, if you love fragrances, then you know that you're supposed to layer your fragrances. And by layering, I mean after you get off the shower, you use your deodorant, you know, you end up using your body mist before you now think of using your fragrances. So there's a layering system that we always follow or we always go by. It's not a rule. No, it's not a rule. It's just a way we are able to elongate the performance of our fragrance. So if we want our fragrances to last longer, these are the things that we practice. So if you practice things like this, maybe you are a fragrance addict. To be honest, I don't see it as addiction. To be honest, maybe it is, because if you genuinely care about something so much and you are very particular about your smell, your scent, whatever, you are gonna take the time to see how to be better at these things, be better at smelling good. So we are particular about our fragrances, and we definitely want our fragrances to last even longer. So that's why we always layer. It's not an unusual practice, but I do know that there are people that do not go by these rules. This one I'm going to tell you guys, maybe some people might be coughing, because me, what is moderation when it comes to fragrances? I don't understand that. Moderation. If I'm leaving the house, I better be able to smell myself. I don't understand how I'll leave the house and I cannot smell myself. I must be able to smell myself before I leave the house, because especially if I'm not going to take the whole bottle of fragrance with me when I'm going out. So I like to be able to smell myself before I leave the house, and then obviously as time goes, the fragrance dries down and everything. For me, I just feel like it lasts longer for me that way. Fragrance is the last thing I do before I leave the house. There's a lot of time for the performance to be on display when I'm out. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now this one is crazy, because fragrance addict, we do have a humongous amount of samples, fragrance samples. I mean, the 2 ml, 3 ml, 5 ml bottles of samples. Guys, we have a lot. Sometimes we forget that we even have these samples. We have a lot, and we usually get these samples just to be able to test out the fragrances that we want to buy in future. These samples can also help us test out the fragrances, know if it's worth the price, if it's worth us actually splurging and buying a full bottle. You know, you test out the longevity, test out the performance, you test out the sillage, if you even like the smell, the dry down, everything. Especially if the fragrance is expensive, you don't want to spend money on a fragrance that you're not going to wear just because you do not like it. So we have a lot of samples because we are always trying out new fragrances. Best believe there's always a new fragrance coming out every year. New fragrances are being released every year. every month, every week. Some of them we know, some of them we don't know, but there's always something new in the market for us to test out. We are just still exploring. That's what these samples are there for. So we usually have like a lot of samples, but then they also come in very handy as pocket fragrances. When you go out, instead of carrying like a full bottle of your fragrances, you can just use this pocket fragrances. So they are actually very useful. Last but not the least, literally we are the most excited when we're in a fragrance store. If you take me to a fragrance store, you guys, I can literally sleep there. I will never know when time is going. I can sleep in a fragrance store and I will not get tired. Sometimes when I'm in a store like that, a fabric store, I'm so excited. I'm thinking of designs, I'm thinking of, you know, outfits, ways of styling different pieces together. Even if I'm in a, like in Zara for instance, or H&M or one of these stores, I'm always like looking at new stuff and just saying how to style pieces together. So obviously I'm happy in those stores, but it's different when I'm in a fragrance store. You guys, in a fragrance store, I can literally, if they give me the chance, to smell every fragrance in that store, literally, and I will not be tired. Okay, fragrance store is literally my happy place. It makes me happy. I feel very fulfilled in a fragrance store. I can sleep there, I can dream, eat fragrance, literally, like it just makes me happy. It makes me forget about my problems. I swear to you, like I really love fragrances. So if you are like me, let's believe you're a fragrance addict. Sometimes that can be my recreational activity where like I just go and smell fragrances. I don't need to buy it. I just need to go and test out what's new in the market. That's all. And I'm satisfied for that day. And it's okay to be a fragrance addict. It's not a negative term. It just means that you genuinely love fragrances. That's just it. And I need no rehabilitation. I just need to explore more and more. I feel like there's a lot to discover when it comes to scents. Like there's a lot of work that goes into making a fragrance that we do not really appreciate. Do you really understand the art of perfumery? Like it's something I really want to explore. Anyways, if you know that you have ticked at least 5 of the points I listed in this video, you're a fragrance addict. That is okay. Welcome to the family. And if there's a community out there, welcome me, because I am a bona fide fragrance addict. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it to your friends and your loved ones. Follow me on social media. My name on Instagram is @Obsy_P, and I'm going to see you in my next one.